there, fellow marketers. Professor Wolters here, and today we're in Bandelier National Monument in New Mexico. And today we're going to talk about is how you develop your positioning strategy for your products or your company or your brand, okay? Because it's very important that we figure out where we want to position ourselves. Are we the super fast food place like a McDonald's, or are we more the family-friendly restaurant like Culver's? We have to think about these things and what all goes into that position. And the key thing is to find the product attributes and aspects of the industry that consumers and your target segments compare and contrast the competition. So for example, when it comes to fast food, we compare quality of food, we compare speed of food, we compare location, things like that. That's how we're kind of comparing it, right? So you have that. So where we start is we go back to that core aspect of marketing and really determine what the consumer's wants, needs, and perceptions are, and how they evaluate each of these in relation to competition. So how do you compare to your competition in these areas? So in the fast food industry, if quality of food is important, where do you rank? Are you acceptable? Do you excel? What is it? If it's price, are we expensive? Are we cheap? Are we okay? So we have to figure out how we fit in with our competition, okay? And the thing is, the next thing we got to do is actually identify our competitor's position. Because, you know, I'm talking about McDonald's, they're fast, and Culver's is family friendly, and In-N-Out is all about the secret menu kind of stuff. But that's just it. You do identify their position. So where do they all stand? How do your customers see them, okay? Because that perception will help you know where you should position yourself. Because you don't want to position yourself the same as somebody else. No one goes to McDonald's too. They go to a restaurant that's different than McDonald's in some way. I mean, think about it. Burger King, your way, right away. With, you know, Culver's, it's all about the cheese, right? You have these different things. And then going back to our customers, if we really look at those key aspects for them that are important to them, we really got to rank, you know, what are those preferences? You know, having the cleanest bathroom doesn't really matter so much in some fast food restaurants because people are going through the drive-thru. So we got to see is what are those key aspects that really make a difference, because we want to position ourselves on those key aspects, because we have the cleanest bathrooms in town isn't going to help for a fast food restaurant, but it might help for a chain of gas stations on the highway, like Buc-ee's in Texas. Cleanest bathrooms in town, you're going on the highway, that's going to mean something to people. And so once you have these kind of aspects that are important, then you need to select your position. What is your niche going to be? Are you going to be the family-friendly, expensive restaurant? Are you going to be the romantic, cheap restaurant? Where are you going to be in that scheme of things, right? And so you kind of position things out. And we have a video on positional mapping that really helps you visualize all these different kind of places you can be, but you really have to figure out what your niche is going to be. Therefore, we have to determine how we're going to be different than our competition. So what are the things we're going to value? What's going to be important to us? How are our prices going to be different? How are we going to control our costs of production, our costs of implementation? All these kind of things we have to kind of think about. Maybe our time to delivery in terms of how fast our food's going to be, or these kind of things. That's going to influence a lot. Also, we might look at the attributes to our product. I mean, think about it. When you think of McDonald's, you know it's the golden arches and the family fun kind of stuff, right? And if it's Culver's, it's going to be blue and Wisconsin and cheese everywhere. And if it's Wendy's, you're going to have the Wendy's, you know, logo everywhere around. There's certain things you have, your symbols, your attributes that really make up your brand, your product have to be in there. So you got to figure out how's that going to fit into your position. Because if I want Mark's Wolters World British pub, well, what's going to have to be in there? Think about it. I'm going to have Guinness, right? I'm going to have ales that people crank out and stuff like that. I have to have good fish and chips. And when I sell fish and chips, I don't mean, you know, potato chips. I mean French fries, right? You have these things you really have to think about. And the thing is, those positions that you have, those attributes you have, those symbols you use, make sure they show the benefits of your product, of your brand, so it shows why you're better than your competition. And the thing is, when you do all these things and you go into the market and you have your products out there, you have your stores out there and things like that, you also need to monitor your positioning strategy. Are we actually getting to be positioned in that market? Are we positioned as the fast food restaurant, the fastest of the fast food, or the highest quality one and things like that? Because we may want to position ourselves that way, but if we see that our competition is still faster than us and their quality is still better than us, we know we've messed up and we got to work on our positioning again. Let's build some strategies to make ourselves faster, to make ourselves have more quality food, okay? So I hope that helps you know some of the things you can do to develop your positioning strategy for your brands or your companies or your products, just to give you some idea to find your niche in the market. And I do highly suggest you watch our video. There's a link down below on positional mapping, which will really help you visualize how to fit into those different, you know, criteria. Because yes, there's the price quality ratio kind of stuff, but also you can think of restaurants, family friendly family versus romantic, and in town versus out of town. You can have all kinds of different stuff out there. Anyway, I wish you a great time if you're studying for an exam or you're trying to develop a position for your products and services. And if you want a good place to go, Bandelier National Monument, New Mexico is a fantastic place to go hike and have a great time. And I'll say bye from here in the Bandelier National Monument in New Mexico.